We are back with another episode of The Outer Worlds, and I am really looking forward to what comes up next. Adreno will always be equipped in here unless you run out, and will heal you with each use. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure that that worked. Alright. So that's a dodge. Okay, so let's go over here and look for this town leader. Since we finished the deadbeat quest. I love how the computers look like the ones from Fallout. Actually, did I read these? Spacer's Choice property. Let's review the logs. A Spacer's Choice property, the Edgewater Saltuna Cannery facility strictly adheres to Spacer's Choice standards of health and safety. Notice, schedule your sick leave with your Spacer's Choice foreman and or supervisor. Be considerate towards other members of the Spacer's Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick leave. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. See read if you're having trouble paying your sick leave. We'll try to arrange wage deductions instead. Work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in body reflects sickness in mind and sickness in character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with the local vicar. Alright, okay. I like their policies. Some awesome music.
Please hold him. I need to explain this addressing the grease monkey, Argo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
What the hell are they filling the cans with then?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Let's see. Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer.
I'll take that one.
Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one, And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Alright, let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Yeah, what a surprise. I never would have guessed.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
They probably didn't like your sick leave policy. If you want me to solve your deserter problem, I charge by the head.
Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
All right, Reed, I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Ooh, I got the keys to the city. Let's see. I sure could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Woohoo, companions. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skill enhances your skills. They increase carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspirational skill. Good to know. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. Okay. What do we got in here? Requires key. Didn't I just get the key to the city? Okay. Oh, you're fast. This is the longest elevator ride ever.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
In the elevator?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Let's not do that. Figures. Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Okay. I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister.
You're
I just
welcome.
think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Sure. Alright, so I suppose we got some choices here. We can... Well, let's go visit this vicar dude. Alright, she hops to it. Double time. Pavarti. Parvati, whatever.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Sure.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Miss Holcomb wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
Throw you under the bus.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Well, these deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss
Well, why
Holcomb
is
has
that?
a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Yeah, I'm just not one that's in for a lot of small talk. Just so we're on the same page. Come on, let's go find something. So I guess we're gonna go find some stuff and things. I'm guessing that's the one that we're looking for is this way. We'll do one of the main story quests today. Oh, that looks like a nasty animal. You filthy animal. Well, I gotta go 575 meters the opposite direction? Okay, I think there was a way this way. Yeah, she's coming. You know, her name reminds me of that cheese. Is it Havarte? Havarte cheese?
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Well, that's kind of cool. They interact. So what if we just cut across the graveyard? Probably charge me for that.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. She was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Ooh, what is this thing? Oh, he is not happy. God, it's that gorilla-looking space gorilla thing eating somebody. I'm just gonna keep going this way. Watch, there's probably gonna be like a group of those things that come after me. I should probably die at least once just to see what happens.
That's the last of them.
Thanks for your help. I killed... Oh, there it is. I'll take the tail, because, you know, that'll make a nice necklace. Kind of like those ears I used to wear. I guess I'm out of bullets in that gun, so let's swap that over to the... Shoddy. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know what that is over there. Not part. Oh, I see you.
Get ready.
How do I get her to attack?
Attacking.
Well, that was fun. That was fun. Had to figure out how to get her to attack. And it is not easy to do that. I should reassign that key. And then we'll change mine. See what this guy is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Get some more assault rifles and some ammo.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you.
I don't
Whatever
know
you're
you.
looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp
Fair point.
wandering out for another. Got anything in you besides questions? No,
show
I'm
you.
sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
Okay, fair point. I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Unless marauders got to her, then parts of her could be lots of places.
Could do without the gallows humor.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
I've got questions about
I'll
that.
tell you what I can.
Any idea where she might be hiding?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
You snooped around in her room?
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
Maybe the marauders took her away.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Yeah, but Spacer's Choice people are worth money. How well do I know? How well do you know her?
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. What is it?
We're going to leave the conversation now and go find Stefan and Adelaide. So we're going to go over here to what looks like a building I should attend to because it's got a green marker thingy on it. So cool. That's an Aurora Borealis. Where's the sun? So there's no sun that would create an Aurora Borealis. Got it.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Oh yeah.
I have
You
been
must be
called
Adelaide.
that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace with you. Is this your greenhouse? Looks like you've made a home for yourself out there. Let's have this one.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. Reed asks you to consider coming back to the town. He's willing to make amends. Something about coming back to town or losing power. I wasn't really listening. It's so tempting.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
I asked Reed. Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I need the power core.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'm not a hero. Here's the thing. The company probably paid for all of this property to be put around here. They put in the machinery. There were people who worked. They got paid to make that machinery. And these people are basically trespassing on that property and stealing. So, I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I just want to fix my ship.
Well, if it's all the same to you, then you ought to divert power over to us, shut down Reed's cannery, and scrap it for parts.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
She makes a good point. You made your point clear enough. I'll see what I can do. I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
What do you have against the people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it.
But you don't sell
All
something and
anyone
then
ever
ask
does
for
is
it back
toil
for
over
free.
a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
It's better than being left out in the open for the animals to eat your bones. Whatever you're trying to sell me, I'm not interested. Well, I guess that's that then.
Yeah, huh?
Perception. I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but you never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Why would you agree to a contract like that? Is that normal? That's inhuman.
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
So, and the reason I asked that question is because it's depending on what their culture's like. I don't want to come in and like dictate how they should live their lives. You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about. I'm not sure.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Uh-huh. Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Then why'd you want to talk to him?
The vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
Let's get back to it. Alright, let's see. So... Alright, so 203 meters that way is the master control. There's Stefan. We can ask him about that other chick. Whoa, interesting.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
Isn't
Something
that
I can help you
dog
with?
thing? I'm told one of your numbers got missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened on the day that Zoe disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Okay, so we need to find those scraps of paper. Tell me a little bit about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What was that about surprising Zoe?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Hold on, there was something else.
Hey, I got time.
I got some more questions about Zoe. What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Alright, merchant skill. Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from vendors. Alright, what do we got going over here? We get the power diverted. Well, you know what? Let's see what else we got. Side quests. Stranger in a strange land. Oh. So let's track this one. Search is always home for clues. Since we're already here, you know, whatnot. Scrap of paper. Zoe's journal, page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams. And would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Vale once, didn't I? And just because I got sick, everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I get sick and I grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick. I don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you're misappropriate one box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committing a larceny. Okay, well somebody's got a little angst, didn't they? So that's the bed. And we got another scrap of paper. Page 22. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny in your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the Light of barrel fires probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as warning to folks like me, living a life comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of saltuna. Should last me a couple weeks if I ration. I got some adrenatime too. Everybody loves adrenatime, even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of adrenatime before their eyes. This is going to be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm going to have a whole gang of marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. Alright, well, now we know what happened. I'm gonna go back, kind of the way we came. Yeah. Oh. I thought I was dead there for a minute. I need all the things, all the things.
Hey, here we go! One.
Well, you should start fighting something.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Can she do something with that?
All right, I'm on the move.
These look like the armor stamps from Fallout though too. Maybe I should change her behavior to be a little more aggressive. Weapon mode. Because she's kind of passive. There we go. Was this that dude that I was trying to find? Yeah, let's see, what are we gonna kill you with? Yes.
Wow! You put those marauders in the dirt quicker than the masked marketeer. Teach me your ways.
You sound confused or possibly unscrewed.
Only thing unscrewed around here is the head of that marauder you took down. Never seen moves like that outside my serial dramas. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Persuade.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
What about Stefan?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
How are you alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable.
Smartass.
Oh, you mean around these guys? The marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me.
I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Drug dealer.
Look, I already bought...
Stand and deliver! Say that. Great work.
What do you think you're doing?
What?
Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
Whatever I want. Whatever I won't. Alright. Back to the task at hand. And I think we've convinced her to come back. Evicted. You know what? Let's go into this house that we just killed this dude in. There. Haha. The hidden stash, as it were. Let's go this way. Do these blow up? Oh yeah, they do. Oh. Well, apparently there's landmines. Where's she going?
Look, I already bought what you were selling me. Just give me some time to gather up my personals.
Go sell some more stuff to this guy, Stefan.
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
I almost blew her up. She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her. Something about wanting to be an outlaw. I'd rather not get into it.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Alrighty then. And we're gonna go over here and sell some stuff to the Stefan guy. And then that is it for this episode. So I'm the Furthermore. I will see you in the next episode when we continue our quest to dismantle the geothermal plant.